Hello and welcome to the Hypertrophy Odyssey chapter 220. It is the third day of the week, aka the Spirit Bomb workout. Yes, I'm on my way to the basement. I am not going anywhere. I don't know why I'm saying that. Actually, speaking about that, to the main subject matter for today, which is twofold. One, I'm going to talk about Spirit Bomb, and two, I'm going to talk about what today isn't. So, today is aptly named Spirit Bomb because today I'm doing the overhead press. This is where I would normally do overhead press. But this isn't normally where I would be doing the overhead press, is because normally my plan is to do this day at the gym. But there was a little bit of a snowage that happened previously, and thus the streets are all right by now, but I don't feel like going out and cleaning the car. So because of that, I'm going to do what would be today at the gym's day here at the home gym. Not everything is going to be one-to-one, and I think I'll get into more details about that when we get downstairs. But for now, I'll say this. Spirit Bomb. Why Spirit Bomb? Well, one, great move. But two, also, literally, this is what I'm doing while I'm overhead pressing. I'm thinking about doing the Spirit Bomb and it at my heart, really. Generally speaking, I think it's a cool move name. It's a good move name. It isn't weak. It is awesome. There's something that's connected to it with when it comes to the day itself. This day is technically shorter than all the rest of them, and that is by design because this day I should be going to the actual gym, and that will make it so I can get it done quicker because of its shortness, hopefully, and then I can get home sooner than I was before, because that was a big issue, and thus why I made the home gym mostly. But overall, I'm excited because this is the first day I get to do this, so we'll have to wait and see how this all goes. But I will talk to you more about all of the other things, like the other ideas from this video, aka Operation Lazy No More and things like that, when we get downstairs.
All right, so started this day off with seated overhead press, which was very weird. I had to do it seated because the weights were going to hit the ceiling. I actually tried to do it and I got one rep in, and then I was like, well, that's not going to work out, but you live and you learn. But anyways, back to the main subject matters at hand. Well, one and two. One, the Spirit Bomb. This is the reason why it's named after this, because of the overhead press is very much what Goku was literally doing in the show. Thus, I had to name it Spirit Bomb, but that was that. Now, the other thing that I wanted to talk about was Operation Lazy No More. Now, the reason why I wanted to talk about this was because on this day, there was snow on the floor, aka it snowed like a good chunk. I didn't even go to work this day. Because I didn't go to work, I had to stay home, and I was going to go to the gym for this workout, but I decided, I'll just work out at home. And now I realized, oh my God, there are no excuses for outside weather things for me to say, hey, I don't want to work out or something along those lines. There's none of that anymore. There's no more laziness that I can just pull out of my ass anymore that I once maybe would have been able to get away with. Now, I have to do these things. Why? Because it's literally next to my bedroom. I have to do these things. I have to start working out. And honestly, it is something that because I stopped working out so much, I kind of fucked myself up. And so I feel like now, if I stop, it's going to just start making that entire process happen again. But I'll say this, because of this now, I can't be lazy anymore about doing the gym. There's no skipping days or none of that shit. The only reason to skip really any days is for injury purposes or for any other life purposes if something actually comes up. But because of the fact that it's at home, even if things come up, unless it's something crazy and serious, I could actually still do a decent workout at home. And that's the other thing, is that I've gotten enough equipment now that I can replace mostly anything and do some variation of something on these days. I can't really cop out and say, oh, I'm not working out today. There's none of that anymore. So that is the one, I guess, downside of having a home gym, but also the plus side, because you can never really be lazy and you can always maintain the consistency no matter what is going on. Highly recommend a home gym if you can. If not, just consistently go as much as you can.
And we're back. Welcome to the workout debriefing. Exercise is not filmed. None exercise skipped. We actually have one, which was the behind the neck press, which might actually end up going into the graveyard. I think I feel my hand a little too much for my liking. It is still early I'm still coming back technically from the injury, so it is something that could be still related, but I'm going to put it on the shelf for now, and then I'll try to do it again in like a month, or yeah, about a month or so, and see if it still feels the same. If it still feels the same, then it's going to go into the graveyard, unfortunately, but it is what it is. These things kind of have to happen with certain movements after a certain amount of time. It's just, you kind of just have to give them up if they just aren't doing it for you. So that one's going to go into the graveyard. I will be replacing it with something. I have 2 ideas of what I could replace it with, so I will wait and see which one I end up doing. I might do both, actually, because today is a little bit of a short day, especially on today's day where I'm doing everything at home, so I could just kind of go like, and eventually I plan on doing this day at home whenever I get the right amount of equipment. It's just one piece of equipment that I really, really need, and that piece of equipment is very, very crucial, but I need it. But if I can get that, then we're good to go. But oh, and another exercise skipped was the shoulder shrugs, mostly because I can't do it here. I don't have enough weight to do it. There you go. It's mostly the weight issue. I don't have enough weight to get all the way up there. I could like literally use every single plate that I have down there, but it's a little iffy, and then I'd have to RDL it up, and that's an extra whole other extra level. And then if I hold it off on the side of that thing, since it's plate loaded, the weight would probably make the thing tip over. So I'm not going to risk that. So it is what it is. It's a little bit of a shorter day. I'd have to find like a home replacement for that. I have an idea of what I can do. I actually know exactly what I can do, but that's a whole other day if I do this at home again. But anyway, speaking about that, back to the main subject matter here. Operation Lazy No More. I can't be lazy like I once was. I realized that had gotten me off the beaten path, and it made it so I ignored things that I could have done and instead followed whatever hedonistic ideals that I had around the time, and also as well just laziness in the holiday season and a whole bunch of turmoil at work, all this other stuff that was happening all at once. But at the same time, it was straying me away from doing this stuff and working and focusing on the body and everything else that was possibly there. Looking at it in hindsight, it was just me losing my work ethic, and I'm glad that I'm coming back and I am hard at the work ethic. I'm going to keep continuing on the work ethic and keeping it going because I cannot allow that to happen again. I know that the holiday season is going to be rough for me again this year. So now this year I'm going to go in with more of a plan than I did last year, where I'm just going to try to thug it out. I'm going to have to figure it out a little bit more. Also, there's way less excuses now for not doing exercises because I have a gym at home and I'm not stupid, and I know all of the replacement exercises that I can do to hit the exact same muscles. So there's less bullshit I can bullshit myself with. So that is something that future Oscar has to deal with, because he's the one that's going to have to deal with the current Oscar, who's like, no more bullshitting, brother. So that'll be fun to deal with, those 2 different Oscars tugging at each other. But anyways, overall though, I'm very excited. I like the idea of working out at home because I got a good workout. I have enough time to edit and do a bunch of other stuff that I need to get done. So look at that. All this time is actually being able to be used to look at that, instead of traveling and getting changed and parking and driving and spending money on parking. But anyway, with that being said, tell me what you think in the comments below. I'd love to know your thoughts and opinions about this one. This one is a random one, but it's still, we are in the new era of stuff where it's like the basement and all this other stuff. Shout out basement bodybuilding. But overall, I'm very excited. I'm very happy. I am looking forward to keeping the high energy and the high work rate going. I'm going to start releasing videos, hopefully very, very consistently. I think I'm going to start having videos every single day. At this point, I've started doing every single day, so hopefully we keep that going no matter what. But anyways, thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Shout out also, by the way, Walter. I got to shout him out because he is the shorts guy. So anytime you see a short, thank him. But anyways, thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Please share this video with anybody who may or may not like it. I will be back on tomorrow with a new video. Thanks again for watching. Stay safe out there. Keep it heavy. Stay warm out there. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.